Sorry. This is mainly for Carolyn and my cousin. With him and Jane, you know who I'm talking about. Hopefully, you know who I'm talking about. That just so upset me. I think I sent you a link to. I think I sent you a link about him. Just the fact that he would. I don't know how he found out. From what I was told on the telephone, he saw something online. We were trying to keep from him where we were. I think Tom said something about he felt we were in Pennsylvania or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Obviously, a lot's been going on. The lady at the hospice, I want to call her O'Shaughnessy, but it's Shaughnessy. It's like my last name, you know. My granddaddy moved to England for employment. There was no work in Ireland, so he dropped the O. And the lady at the hospice, you know, she was telling me something about her daddy said that on the trip from Ireland to the United States, they dropped the O over the side of the ship. Shouldn't laugh about that considering what I know about Irish history, but it really upset me. I'm still upset about that. I, I don't know him. I don't know him. But from what I can gather, I don't want to know him. I want to be diplomatic in the sense that, you know, he is my wife's brother. The thing is, from what I've been told, from my understanding, there is a place for Carolyn and myself and Tom here in Troy. I need to talk to Tom. I looked on the telephone and there was a call from him a day or two ago, or three ago, or whatever. And hey Maggie, what you doing, Miss Maggie? That's Maggie, Miss Maggie, Maggie May. You want to come up here? Come on. I got a filter for the fish tank, and I think it's a little too large, and they're drinking out of it. Was that fish water good, Maggie? I sent I sent Kat her blanket. It's not complete, but Carolyn tried to finish it, but she was at the end of finishing. I mean, she was you know, at the end of it. I don't know if this is the right hook, the crochet hook. If it's not, my apologies, but I'm gonna send this to Kat. I sent her her stuff today. Cost like 16 something dollars, $16 and some change. Like I was telling lady at the hospice. It's not the same when it's your own kin. Jane, I'm still gonna have it on that date. I'm not gonna say what the date is, but I'm still gonna have it on that date. That's for me. I hope you understand. If you're not able to make it, I understand. You and your brother, your professors, you teach at university. I understand if you can't make it. My goodness, Jane, y'all went to Texas. Y'all came up here for the wedding. I understand if you can't make it. I'm not gonna feel bad or anything if you're not able to make it. Um, I don't know what to say. I mean, I remember once I was like I told the lady today. I was telling her, look, I haven't been hospitalized since I've been up here. Excuse me. It's like what is it, almost midnight here. Um, I have not been hospitalized since I've been up here, and I do not foresee me being hospitalized. I'm lonely without my wife. I'm very lonely, but somehow I'm making it. I don't know how I'm making it. There was this lady. I was sitting waiting for my appointment once and back in San Antonio. And this lady, her she had lost her husband, and the doctors diagnosed her with schizophrenia. And I told the social worker today, let me tell you, that social worker is really good. I've dealt with more than my share of social workers in my life. Most of them leave a lot to be desired. And she was really good. I think what I needed and what I need is just someone to listen, just for me to talk, because that's mostly what I did today. Um, this lady, she was with the hospice I worked for, and the shrink diagnosed her with schizophrenia. She did not have schizophrenia. She saw her husband at the foot of her bed. That's typical. I mean, I look for Carolyn, I listen for Carolyn. I have not seen her, I have not heard her, but I'm sure that's going to happen. That's not schizophrenia. That's a part of grieving. That's a part of the process. And to be honest with you, the lady I talked to today, compared to our bereavement coordinator back in San Antonio, this lady is 100% better. 300%, 500%, 1000% better. We really didn't offer the what this company offers. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for you, your brother, your parents, my family in Canada. Those two songs are the songs I want to learn for the service. Um, Will the Circle Be Unbroken by the Carter Family? And I'm sorry, and Country Bumpkin by Cal Smith. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sing because believe me, if I tried to sing those songs, everybody that was there would die. But um, I can play them on the guitar. I don't know, redneck. I'm a redneck, whatever. But those songs are very important. They mean a lot to me. Yeah, no, I have Lucky in my lap right now. He's stretching. I still don't know how do you say, like weave Carolyn's locks, weave her hair. I haven't even touched them. I haven't even looked at them. John knows. John can smell them, and it upsets him that he can smell her but cannot find her. I told her today, um, John's looking for her, and like I told her also who he's named after. I would send him things in the mail, and he would say, "Hey, did you send that to me?" You don't have to send me anything. Look, I have corresponded with death row inmates and people serving very long sentences in prison in Texas, and you come across these people who are like, "Well, why don't you send me some money? Why don't you send me this? Why don't you send me that?" John never asked for anything. Never asked for a single thing. And when I did send him stuff, he'd say, "Hey, did you send me that?" "Oh, you don't have to send me anything." Nobody ever actually identified John. Everybody involved had a mask on, so there was no actual identification of anybody. I mean, if you can actually look the case up online. I mean, there you can look it up. I paid the rent today. Thankfully, it's gone down considerably. I was going to go buy it. What is that called? The New Hampshire Department of Human Services or something like that. But I didn't have the death certificate with me. If I did, I didn't see it. I didn't exactly look very hard for it. But it's in there in the kitchen. I actually started cleaning up some yesterday, but then the back started hurting, and I just right now I don't think it's going to take a whole lot for the back to hurt. I just think all the emotions, all the stress, I want to work on this right here on the bookcase because I can make at least 3 more shelves. I can also go through and either store or donate some of the stuff on these shelves. I want to volunteer with our town's ambulance service, but eventually I will. But right now it's just not the time. Um, it's just not the time right now because right now I have a lot of things that I need to deal with. Carolyn, I love you. I talked to Cassandra today, and she was the one who told me that that person called, and she doesn't need to be getting into the middle of this. She has been so helpful. She has been so kind. she definitely doesn't need to be in the middle of all this. And basically what she told me, and so what she told me, she told him, was, I'm taking care of everything because Carolyn, Tom, and myself, we can be buried here. We can be buried here in Troy together. And I would like that. I would like that very much. I also talked to Cassandra about Cassandra about looking at urns. She wasn't there today. They didn't get her back today, so which is okay because I would have a hard time going to pick her up right now. But she's in Brattleboro. And I still have the application for the ambulance service, but it's all messed up now. I'd have to get another one. This is so hard. I think you understand, though. I truly believe you understand. I miss her so much. Carolyn, I love you so much. And there are groups I can go to and various other things I can participate in. Thankfully, she told me about those today, at least some of the things. And still have this. From that night. That morning. And I have pictures that need to be developed. Usually do that at Walmart. I mean at Walgreens. You know what? I have an AR up there with an empty magazine in it. I don't know why I have an empty magazine in it. I have plenty of full magazines. I don't know why I have an empty one there. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just... She's only 51. 51. I mean... You know, I told her today about my dad and about our family, you know, your family, my family, about Carolyn's family, about Carolyn's dad was Army Air Corps. he got dragged across the snow once with a German Shepherd Shepherd saw a rabbit. You know, her daddy was an MP in the Army Air Corps, and he was out on patrol with a dog, and the dog saw a rabbit, and the dog took off after the rabbit and drug her dad across the snow. He was not a happy camper after that. But I haven't responded to Mrs. Hunt. Mrs. Granddaddy, Mrs. Hunt's dad, I called him my granddad. He died on the same day. You know, Jane, my first girlfriend, if you want to call her that, Cindy Duncan, her dad was a West Pointer. I have nothing for or against West Pointers, but her dad was a West Pointer. He thought his you-know-what didn't stink. Excuse my language, but my dad outranked him. My dad had been in 3 wars. Mr. Duncan had not been in a single war. Her voice. I miss her voice. I miss looking at her.